So you might say, okay, so where do I even find an ISBN? So you pick up a book, and I've just got an example here. So this is one of my books, and you're always going to find the ISBN. It's always going to be on the copyright page. And also too, it's going to be on the back cover of the book. And that's where you're going to find the ISBN number. And when it's on the back cover of the book, you might see it's inside a barcode. That's actually how you're going to see it. Not that you might see it. That's how you're going to see it. It's inside the barcode. But what I want you to realize is the barcode is that. It is the barcode. It is not the ISBN number. The ISBN is actually inside the barcode. So there's two places you're going to see an ISBN number in a book: on the copyright page and then also on the back cover. So another question is, when do I actually need an ISBN number? Is it mandatory? Do I always have to have it? Well, the short answer is it's mandatory if you're going to sell the book. So if you're going to do commercial sales, which means it's going to be in bookstores, it's going to be on places like Amazon, it's going to be all these different places, then yes, you do need to have an ISBN. However, if you're just writing a book, like my father wrote a book, it was a family history book for our family. He gave it away to, a couple of us. That's a private book that doesn't have anything. And I think even if you give a book that, like, maybe it's something that you give away to clients, it's never going to be for sale anywhere, probably don't need to deal with an ISBN number for that. However, I am not a lawyer, so I wouldn't want to say never ever. But essentially, if you plan to sell your book, whether it's online or in a bookstore or even just off your website, then you want to have the ISBN number so that your book is discoverable. So I hope that makes sense. So here's the tricky bit. And this is the sort of thing that it was just like, I knew this when I worked in a library, but I didn't know how much this mattered so much than when I went to publish my first book. You actually need an ISBN number for every single format of your book. So if you're writing one book and you're doing a paperback version and a hardcover version and the ebook and the audiobook, you need a separate ISBN for every single format that you have, which means that you can't just get one ISBN number and say, well, I'll use it for all of them. No. You have to get a ISBN for every single format. And when you find out what that costs, you'll see how that can very, very quickly add up. Let's talk about where you actually get your ISBNs. So it really depends upon where you live. So if you live in the United States, you're going to go through Bowker. Bowker also serves people in Australia. Why it's the United States and Australia, I have no idea, but those are the two countries that Bowker serves, Australia and the United States. If you live in the UK, you're going to go through Nielsen, and they also take care of people in Ireland as well. So that's what's covered with Nielsen. What if you live in, say, for instance, Canada? Well, you actually go through I think it's like the National Archives and Libraries of Canada. That's where you get your different ones in Canada. Now, they actually have an organization which is called the ISBN, International Organization. I have their website. It's just isbn-international.org. And if you just go ahead and Google that in, what you will find is you will see a listing for every single country. So depending on where you are. So when I was in Israel, I would have gone through an Israel agency. If I was living in Canada, I would go through the Canadian agency. It's all about where you live. Now, what's interesting is, even though I'm a Canadian, I don't live there now. So I have to go through Bowker. So it's where you actually physically live. That's where you need to go and get your ISBN.